WMC Memphis, WMFS HD2 Bartlett Memphis, part of the Memphis Sports Network with 92.9 FM ESPN, ESPN 790 AM.
The views and opinions of the hosts or guests of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of the management or staff of Intercom Memphis.
Watch the sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me. Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 as we talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes. Greg Ratliff is our show producer, as he always will be, and hopefully straight in from his 3 or 4 jobs he has. And we've been talking wrestling with Greg, and we'll throw a little plug for that. Greg, that is starts, well, you can go to, what is it? Give our listeners out there.
It's going to be on ESPN929.com. It's 929ESPN.com. It'll be a brand new podcast all about professional wrestling.
Yes.
With a little bit of a Memphis twist to it, my own personal interesting attitude, I guess.
Yeah, but it's called Inside the Squared Ring.
Inside the Squared Circle.
Square Circle. Yeah, yep. Okay. That sounds cool.
This Monday.
All right. Monday.
Days.
We always used to say it's Sunday. And of course, this being the this is the second. It's the second Saturday of the month, which means Ron Wong is in for the first of his double duties.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Greg. Good morning to all of you all out there.
Labor
what
Day.
A beautiful Saturday.
Yeah, we got some great weather now. We're
finally
got some football weather, and after
it was awful hot last weekend, and I mean a lot of people suffered. You
Yeah.
know, just all over the South because it was so hot. But
well,
anyway,
and storms. We had a lot of storms last Saturday.
Storms and everything.
Football games and had some storms. If you were out on Labor Day weekend, it was kind of hit and miss. I will say that I did get to head on out to the Worley Farm last Saturday afternoon. Got a chance to dove hunt with the Worley family and really had a great time out there. The birds, I guess that means they weren't really flying.
Well, I saw a lot of reports of very sporadic.
That's exactly
dove hunting.
That's a good word.
Throughout the whole Mid-South. There were places where typically they are at all the time.
Yeah.
Over good fields and everything else, and they just weren't there.
I think
a lot of people think it's the weather because it was so warm that they're not flying, they're not coming down from the north or anything else.
No, I think they left.
Well.
But anyway, we had a great time. I hope everybody had a great, safe Labor Day weekend. A lot of activities going on throughout besides just football. The baseball season's going on, but the hunting seasons have cranked up. Labor Day, everybody's out of in the woods now and off the water, you keep thinking, but no, I bet there was a lot of folks on the water last weekend.
Quite a few, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of pleasure boaters, but that was their last hurrah. So
you like
it's all
that.
good.
You like that.
And oh, by the way, you know what? I
Yeah.
want everybody to go out to lroutdoors.com.
Yeah, I always like them to go out there.
There's going to be some new pictures coming up from the grand opening of the all-new Lou's facility. Wow, they've got a wonderful outlet store, their new distribution center.
Super.
Yesterday was a great grand opening, and I had a very enjoyable time.
You're everywhere, Ron.
Well, doing that, and also
in Springfield, Missouri.
In Springfield, Missouri. And oh, by the way,
yeah,
Larry, I'm sorry you weren't there.
Yeah, I bet there was some good stuff there.
Yeah, there was some very delicious cakes.
Oh, I bet there was. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Kay did a wonderful, wonderful
That's
job
enough, Ron.
again.
That's wrong. We've been on the air 5 minutes, and now we're talking about Kay's cakes, and I don't even want to think about that. But
good stuff.
Yeah, well,
But I got to tell you something. What a wonderful facility. If you get a chance, and when you're in the Springfield area, go by and visit our friends at Lou's. They have a great outlet store there. And for all of you enthusiasts of good fishing tackle, not just rods and reels by Lou's, but they have a wonderful selection of all kinds of, a lot of them are hard to get lures.
But they've got them there.
They've got it all there, and they've got some great prices. It's a good place to also buy a lot of the closeout stuff and stuff that's been returned at a reduced price. So it's really a good deal. But go out to lroutdoors.com and check all that out.
We were really, because Ron was in Springfield, and I want to thank everyone. I was down in West Point, Mississippi this past week, Thursday and Friday. I was at the new Mossy Oak Golf Course.
Oh, my gosh, that's supposed to be really cool.
Yeah, that they're building down, and I'm going to have a lot more on that probably in next week's show, give you some details about it. I'm going to write something for the Commercial Appeal about it, but the legendary George Bryant was down there. That's his Old Waverly is right across the street. Had a chance to stay in Old Waverly at the lodge and got to see the golf course that they're building, Mossy Oak, and all the folks at Mossy Oak have.
Wow, maybe that article ought to be a. You have a good weekend. Here's some trips you ought to take.
That's going to be great.
Springfield to
West
Mossy Oak and West Point, Mississippi.
Where also you can go to B&M. Pole.
B&M's down there. Great people down there.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place, and there's also a college down there too, Ron. That they offered us to stay over for another night and see the Bulldogs play today, but had to get on back, and so spent one night.
And plus, you didn't want to hurt your hearing listening to a bunch of.
Now watch it now, Ron. Watch it, Juan. They've got all those orchestrated. They don't hurt your ears. But great time. Ron was at Lou's, the grand opening in Springfield, and I was down at the under construction, the Mossy Oak Golf Course, which will be one of the. I know that at the newspaper they didn't allow me to use the word unique very often, but this place will be unique because they're going to make this golf course exactly like the landscape. They're not going to bulldoze or anything. They're not going to do anything that'll change the landscape. And so that's what this is going to be. But I'll have a lot more about that with pictures, like Ron said. I took my little camera down there, too. Right. And so I'll have some pictures from Mossy Oak. We're everywhere. And this is that time of the year that we can talk a lot fishing. We can talk a lot about hunting kicking up, the Delta Fair. There's the last weekend for the Delta Fair. I hope you've had a chance to go out there and see some folks. I know Sunday night, the Drifters, the original Drifters will be out there. The two of them, I think, are still original.
Under the boardwalk.
Yeah, here we go now. Yeah, yes, yeah. But it's a great weekend for things going on, and I know Ron has talked about it. Fall fishing is finally getting here. If you want to go do some trout fishing, I wanted Ron to throw in a little bit on this opening segment about what he thinks now that we're in some cool weather, maybe some good places to go fishing, Ron.
Well, I got to tell you something. There's a lot of great places. First of all, you just mentioned trout fishing, Larry.
Yes.
It is on fire there on the White River. And
it is.
I've seen some great pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Clint Gaston has really put on some nice pictures out on Facebook. And,
yes, he has.
Of some nice brown trout that are being caught, but that's a great place to go. Of course, Little Red River, they still are catching a lot of trout there. You know, and the bass are starting to move quite a bit too. Pickwick, Kentucky Lake, they're doing well. The crappie are starting to bite all over.
All right.
Sardis is in the drawdown now to Winter Pool, and so it's starting to stack up the white bass down there. Had a report of some guys going down there fishing some sandy Main Lake points on the north side, catching 200 white bass.
Oh, this is at Sardis.
Yeah, this is at Sardis.
Okay.
And real easy to catch. You can catch them on small Series 1 Strike King crankbaits or jigging spoons. Anything you want to throw almost. They're biting very, very well. And for those of you that are fishing small ponds, private lakes, residential area lakes, fish are starting to move pretty good. Your surface temperature is falling from the low 90s now down into the low 80s and dropping, especially with the cooler weather.
I like dropping.
And so, you know, get out your little spinner baits, a Texas rig or wacky rigged weightless stick bait, something
Stick
like
bait,
a
like
Yum Dinger or a Ocho.
The Yum Dinger. I love the Yum Dinger. Yeah.
Or a Ocho or a Cinco.
Ocho
they
Cinco.
work well. Yeah,
I mean,
they work well.
that sounds
they
like
all are good.
And don't forget, this is one of those rare times. This weekend is the opening of the wood duck teal season in Tennessee. Now, we're kind of like grandfathered in that we have this little special, the 12th through the 16th. The 12th through the 16th is the teal season and wood duck season. I guarantee you the folks are stacked up at Reelfoot this morning up there for that season. And then on the 17th, we got that special teal only, 17th through the 20th. So we got a lot of things going on.
Sir.
We're kicking up. The squirrel season's already being open. It won't be long. We got the dove now through the 28th for the first segment. So, but I wanted to really remind you that Canada goose season. Man, I wish we'd get rid of those Canada. I mean, I was at a golf course the other day. If I could have just anyway.
You could have got a limit.
I
in
could
one
have got my
shot.
5. It says there 5 limit. You know,
You could have got it in one shot.
yeah, one shot of my 9-iron or something like that. You know, but that's through the 15th. But a lot of fun on today's show. We've got Mike Valentine rolling in here about a big event that's coming up at Kentucky Lake, and going to talk a lot of fishing.
Special guest and Brad Knight.
Yep. Yeah.
His Forest Wood Cup.
His life has changed.
Yes.
His life has changed.
Hey, my life would change with $500,000.
I think it would. Yeah.
And so would yours.
Yeah, mine would change with $5. You know. So, all right, let's take our first break of the morning. Ron Wong in studio, Greg Ratliff, our show producer. We'll be right back on ESPN 790.
Find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry.